about the definition of Agile software and how I believe that crowdfunding is an excellent example of Agile giving. But first I have to start by saying that before my foray into crowdfunding via Consano, my definition of Agile is best illustrated by this shameless picture of my daughter ice skating. Grace, balance, fluidity, natural athletic talent that perhaps might lead to a scholarship and or a trip to the Olympics, but I digress. Then I learned about the Agile Manifesto, which was a document created in 2001 by 17 software engineers that talked about the value in a more lightweight development strategy versus the heavyweight strategies that had been used in the past. So how exactly does crowdfunding fit into this, I'm sure you're wondering. Lucky for you, I'm here to tell you. You guys lucked out tonight. Really, I'm going to talk about how the 4 Agile values really show the similarities and benefits of how this form of giving can really be adaptive to the areas that need funding. So the first Agile value is individuals and interactions over processes and tools. And really, by its very definition, crowdfunding encourages interactions that would normally not be possible. So as opposed to the old philanthropic paradigm of you give, they decide, in this realm, you actually control where your contribution goes, and not only have that control, but you also receive this ongoing connection and relationship with researchers that previously was completely unavailable. So the second Agile value is working software over comprehensive documentation. And as I'm sure we all know, life is a work in process. And really, historically, results from research are typically not shared until they're published in a medical journal. But given the very seamless, collaborative nature of crowdfunding, researchers can actually communicate with supporters of their projects in a much more timely and seamless way. And that really is contrary to the publish or perish paradigm, but as personalized medicine and big data become more prevalent, researchers are looking for that collaboration. The third value is customer collaboration over contract negotiation, and as a patient, I feel like this is where there's a lot of potential for impact. In healthcare, often the end user is completely overlooked in the development of products and services. And when I say end user, I mean the patient. And so crowdfunding really gives the patient the ability to direct their money exactly to the research that they want, which then gives them a voice in the generation of a funding agenda versus having that dictated by large organizations. So finally, the fourth Agile value is responding to change over following a plan. And for a slightly type A person like myself, this would have pre-cancer been the most terrifying value proposition of all, because I like stability and I don't like change. But the reality is that, sometimes life has other plans. So on October 10th, 2011, my life was pretty sweet. On October 11th, 2011, I had cancer. So, what a difference a day makes. And frankly, that's life. And despite the best laid plans, you have to be flexible to change. So going back to kind of my personal experience in developing this crowdfunding platform, it really all comes back to the people on this slide, the community that supported me, the researchers who, took the chance on this crowdfunding idea, the individuals who shared their stories, which were often incredibly heartbreaking, but also incredibly inspiring. For this group of people, it's very personal. So Consano means to heal in Latin, and for me, creating this agile way of giving has been incredibly healing for my family. When I think back on my own experience as a breast cancer today relative to that of my grandmother in the 50s, I'm beyond grateful. But we have a long way to go before my daughters don't have to worry about breast cancer. So I would like to finish by saying I think one of my favorite quotes really articulates the benefit of agile giving. Helen Keller said, "Alone we can do so little, but together we can do so much." So there's my contact information. Please get in touch, and I would love to join forces with you. Thank you.